We are being told that there is a bunch of things that have leaked to do with Iceman, and we're going to check those out before we get on to Meg. Let me warm it up, chat. Let me warm it up. Pause. So apparently, what is this? Okay. Apparently, let me get to it. I know it's going to be posted on here, right? Okay. Apparently, let me see. Iceman Countdown has uploaded a full Iceman magazine. Fans are going to be able to access it with the password May 15th. So apparently, you know that booklet that was stuck in the ice? We're getting to find out it was not only the date that was on the booklet, there was a whole host of other things. Let me see. Can we find the website? Is it Iceman? What is it? I'm trying to find Iceman Countdown. Hold on. Someone told me how to get to it. How do I get to it, people? Oh, here we go. IcemanCountdown.com. Well, pretty good. Pretty ingenious website. What the fuck? What? Oh, nah. Okay. IcemanCountdown.com. This is it. Look at this, chat. 19 days, 2 hours, 7 minutes, 14 seconds. It seems interactive. We could click on many stuff. Iceman text generator. Oh, wow. Iceman. Oh, you can just write anything. Akademiks is the best ever. How does that work? I thought this was only what? Akademiks. I don't know. Okay. Anyway. All right. Okay. So that's how people are coming up with the little thing that spells out Iceman. Live stream. There's a live stream? How do we see this? Toronto live feed. I can't click on it. Release date May 15th. Find the blue envelope. What the fuck? Wait. You could like... It's like a game? Okay. Let's go back. What's this? Check the code. Crack the code. The block is sealed. Enter the 5-character key to break the ice and read the zine. Wait. May 15th. Iceman, May 15. Is this like a second? What the hell? This is like a second page? 2024 will be my year. It's crossed out. It says 2026. Damn, look at these big old biddies, huh? Is this Drake? Yeah. Wow. Look at Drake's father. That's Dennis with that old school Bentley. Look at him looking sharp as fuck. Ice News, issue 1. What flag is this? Is this a flag? Despite the first casualties, it seems part of the game plan. Oh, it has a thing where you could actually turn the page yourself rather than clicking next. Iceman. There's Pinocchio right there. And Sexy Red. Where the fuck is this? It's 69 pages too. Where is this? Is this an actual place or a picture from someone else? Summer 2025. Is this stacks of cash? Huh. OVO chains? Okay. Are these his or ones that's gifted? I feel like I've seen one of these before. Snow without weather. I'm confused. I ain't gonna lie. A bunch of different Iceman logos. Are these like all like different types of possible renders that he had to pick between? Does anyone see the one that he went with? The High Heels News. Save our clubs. Is this Drake? And are these tombstones with CDs on it? Hold on. One tombstone, two tombstone, 3, 4, 5. Is this a hockey rink with Iceman? What's this? Iceman is Drake. Drake is Iceman. Iceman, Drake, jewelry repair, sale. Sale. Jewelry repair. Jewelry repair. Ooh, look like this is about the ice thing where they hid the thing in. 3,276 blocks, height 36 feet, width 49 feet, and length 11 feet and 8 inches. Open after April 22nd. Iceman with like a devil thing. Is this some devilish shit? Iceman with a bunch of clouds. Iceman with like a rope or some velvet type rope. We see 11, 6, CAON. Is ON for Ontario? Is CA for Canada? What's 11 for? And 6, I would believe, is the 6, Toronto. Freeze the world. is maybe he had like the creative behind this was, how do I stop the world to pay attention to me in this album that's probably gonna be one of the career defining albums? Freeze the world. Iceman. This is Area 29. Iceman performed by Aubrey Graham. Does that mean he recorded? I heard he was recording in certain places like strip clubs and other places. What is this? This better not be no fucking nitrous. Now on some Kanye shit. That shit is frying people's brains. That shit is frying people's brains. What is this, chat? What is this called? Yeah, I think this is a nose job. I don't think this is how it looks. It's nitrous, right? Nitrous for dental. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it looks like it, right? Nitrous for dental. Yeah. So it looked like he's at the dentist. Yeah. He's at the dentist. Okay. I see the snow and I think of you. Just Drake standing next to what is this? The Post Oak? Like what car is that? What's in the background here? Oh wow. Tupac, Biggie, Vibe. Vibe magazine, that is. Huh. Tupac and Biggie and Vibe. Hmm. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think people blame Vibe for kind of like, yeah, Vibe magazine played a pivotal role in documenting the 1990s East Coast West Coast rivalry, featuring the iconic coverage of Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. before and after their deaths. Oh. Huh. Iceman. Who's this? What's this? Looks like Drake, right? This looks like Drake again. Is this him in his Texas crib? Looks like, right? Calico. Hmm. What is this shit? You know who I need to get on? Maybe they could help me. I need to get on with my man. What's the dirt? That's what I need to do. Is he on? I'm guessing like there got to be some meaning behind this. Huh. Wait, let's read what it says. The boy. I guess this is Iceman. One against all. One against all. So maybe the Iceman, we're supposed to conceptualize as Drake still having the mindset that it's him versus everybody. It's him versus everybody, except this is a time he comes to conquer. How do you feel? Drake with all the guns in front of him. That's from the What Did I Miss video. So the secret teaching of music. I'm confused, chat. I danced all night. Oh. Cartel is now a free man. It's Vibes Cartel. He keeps using this imagery right here. This guy with the mouth open. Is this Travis Scott or am I tripping? Someone look like Drake. Who are these people? So Drake with a nice little ting right here. So will you be my girlfriend? I'm reading. Pablo Escobar. And who is this? Is this his mom? Who's this young woman? Are they in Colombia? Did Drake get like more tattoos? This is Drake, right? Did he get more tattoos and shit? Huh. Guess so, right? Something create, show, and in what? While hunting in the winter, when they get swooped down to catch mice or squirrel. Oh, owls. I think it means owls. Owls create snow. Huh. This is like Kai's in that scrapbook, huh? Drake tricking on two chicks. What's this? Who's this girl? Chick in a wedding dress holding a gun to her head, then eating. Dr. Dre high-fiving Lucian Grange, but he overlays a picture on Lucian Grange head, and he says, Seattle's First Baptist. And it says, remember, you are dust. Wow. Taking shots at Universal's president. Also, this is Swiss Beats. Look like it's unrelated to him. Why use this picture? Why have Dr. Dre in it? Is it because Dr. Dre is connected to Kendrick? Is it because he basically accuses UMG of trying to devalue him by trying to boost up Kendrick? Especially in the time when he's negotiating. What's this? Who are these girls right here? Now he puts up Khaled. And Khaled says, I have 2 Drake songs on my new album coming 2024. Remember, he crossed out at the beginning of the booklet. He crossed out 2024 is going to be my year. And he put 2026. Do we think Khaled's going to have another Drake song? I don't think so. He mirrors this. Oh. He mirrors this right next to this video right here. Let's go back and watch. Iceman episode 3. Is it 3 or 4? Yeah, he has the Khaled picture juxtaposed to here. Yeah. Right there. Yep. Remember, there's a bunch of people up here looking at him. Almost like they're unwilling to help, or they showed up to watch the show of him getting devoured by Pinocchio. Why would he have that with Khaled? Almost like he's saying Khaled was one of those people, right? National treasures. Iceman. Really nice looking jewelry right here. Who is this? Is this Kim K? Is this Kim K? Who the fuck is this? I really don't know. That's who? That's his ex Delilah. Nigga, how the fuck? Is this Baby M? Who the fuck is this? I'm not even playing dumb. Like, y'all really think I'm like playing dumb. I'm not even playing dumb at all. Who the fuck is this? It has like love emoji all over it. I don't think this is the Baby M girl. Like she got them, like her lips is huge. Well, she kind of do look like Kim K. Is this her? Nah. Bro, I can't tell, bro. Yeah, the lips ain't big enough. Her lips is bigger. I don't know, bro. Huh. Iceman. Yeah, it's a nice ass. This is a Ferrari or a McLaren. Nice ass car. Iceman Drake. Huh. What is this? Is this like some type of board? I'm genuinely confused, chat. Who's this guy? Who's this guy, chat? Is Loe Shimmy? Bruv, I've never seen Loe Shimmy look like this. What the fuck? Only can see one eye. All right. Is Loe Shimmy on the album? Nah, Loe Shimmy been glazing Drake recently. I can't even cap. He did something talking about Drake.
You got the Drake cosign. That's huge.
Shout out Drizzy. Shout out Six.
Can we expect the collab from you and Drake? I know y'all. I feel like y'all already made a song. You don't gotta tell me. But y'all did. Y'all made a song.
Hey, listen. This is all I'm gonna say. Whenever it drop or whenever it happen, shout out Six God. I ain't going against that for no nigga. I'm putting y'all down. The camera. I ain't going against that Six shit for nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out Drizzy. I love you.
I'm with you
Six
with that.
God.
I'm with you with that.
Yeah,
Drake,
and I ain't going against that. Can't nobody turning me against that. He a good nigga. He put people on, and like he support other people, brother. They ain't really got nothing. So can't nobody come in my ear and tell me that he ain't no good nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I don't believe it.
Pop it.
You know what I'm saying, dude? I just don't believe it.
Loe Shimmy Drake collab coming?
Shout out Six God.
Oh my
boy.
God.
I love you, Jersey.
Interesting. I'm trying to get what's the dirt in here. Okay. Maybe he's on Iceman. Maybe he's on Iceman.
Yo.
What up, what up? What up, what up?
What's good, bro? What are you doing? Trying to make some sense out of it or what?
Yeah, hold on. Let me Why am I hearing myself twice?
Hold up. You gonna hear yourself twice?
Yeah.
Is it something from mine?
Wait, is it me, chat?
Yo.
Wait, is it me, chat?
I can only hear you one time.
There is an echo. Hold on. No, it's coming through your thing. It's coming through your thing.
It's coming through mine?
Yeah. I don't know how that works.
Oh, wait. Let me do this. What about now?
Okay. Could you hear me? Could you hear me? All right, now it's an echo. I hear the echo now, but before I did.
Fuck. Yo.
Could you hear me? Yeah,
I hear you, but
I'm hearing the echo. I'm hearing the echo. So it's like you have to just adjust your sound settings where wherever you're listening to me through, it's not also coming through like your mic.
Your mic. How about that?
Well, yeah.
Oh my. Is it gone now?
No.
No? All right, let me figure this shit out, bro. I'm just gonna call you right back.
Okay.
My bad, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, it's all good. Oh, damn. Darkness, chat. All right, bet. Okay, all right. So we're kind of back looking at this whole thing right here, chat. Wait, how do I? Okay, do that, and then go like this and like this. Activate. Oh, oh.
Yo, is it working now?
Is it working now? Is it working? Is it working?
It's a nasty echo, brother. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on, brother.
All right.
Yo, the
Copy
K
that.
boss has got your shit fucked up.
Got your shit fucked up.
All right, I'll just kind of wait. Yeah, chat. What do y'all think about this entire it appears that Drake, I'm not sure if he dropped this trying to kind of like, it feels like Drake had Easter eggs that people missed and he's just putting it on the website. Because the kid that found the booklet, if this was all in the booklet, why did he not show these things? I think he only cared about the date, or he probably thought it was all about the date. But clearly Drake wanted a couple more imagery to be shown for whatever reason, and they've dropped this. And I'm guessing, did Drake drop this? I mean, the website looks legit. Was it IcemanCountdown.com? Okay, let me just deactivate this camera. And I should be able to activate my camera over here again. Okay. So we're at page 63. What is this? What is this shit? The imagery is kind of wild here. It's a little bit of fashion, a little bit of like, cartoon stuff, a little bit of some spooky shit. I can't tell the cohesive story this is trying to tell, though.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do it through my phone, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Look like you. Well,
but that's probably better, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. This definitely works. Hold on. Let me see if I could. I'm gonna put my camera back on. Yeah, it's probably just a sound setting.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to.
No problem.
Deactivate here. Back on here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you turn on your camera, that would be cool. So, all right, we're kind of going through this whole new drop. It's at a website called Iceman Countdown, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm super confused. Now, there's some very interesting imagery, but I don't know what Drake is trying to say overall. If I had to pick, I would probably lean on things that I already think he's saying, which is like, yo, listen, it's me versus everybody. Like, he had this one thing where it's like Iceman versus all. So I feel like that's a theme.
That for sure.
I seen the one with Dr. Dre and Lucian Grange, and he kind of crops. He puts something over Lucian Grange's head, and he says like, "Yo, you're dust." Almost kind of like, I wouldn't say necessarily threatening Lucian Grange, but kind of like showing that he's still not on good terms with UMG and Lucian Grange. I'm pretty sure you've looked at this maybe in 20 different ways, flipped it upside down. What do you take from this, or what have I missed?
Bro, I feel like a couple of the slides like probably don't mean anything, right? There's definitely some filler in there that's probably just like whatever, right? But I do think there is meaning behind some of it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have did it, right? So I don't know how it got out into the world. The one theme that I'm picking up too, bro, is kind of like a thing with the media. Because when I look at one of the posts he had with that reporter, that's from like back in the Gulf War, and they were really talking about how the media at the time was manipulating how the war was actually happening and how media has a huge role in that, right? And if you look at Drake, even if you want to talk about the lawsuit or whatever, there's a lot of stuff tied to the media and their involvement. And then you got the Biggie and Tupac with Vibe magazine and stuff like that, and you see the magazine East versus West, and you remember, the media's role in that battle, or in that beef. They perpetuated that beef, right?
Yeah,
So I see the media part of it.
so wait, so that's a great place to kind of like kick this conversation open with, because that could go many different ways, right? So this idea of the media and its influence or its impact on certain things, notably when it comes to Biggie and Tupac, well, the media was seen as the agitator between supposedly two people who weren't really at war. Like the media shaped the narrative at, oh, this is a East Coast, West Coast war, which then had implications of now other people trying to jump in. Also, people who were not, not really involved in the lyrical or musical back and forth. They were just thinking, well, I'm from the West Coast, so I can't have a guy from the East Coast coming over here. And it became very territorial. And the media, especially like Vibe magazine, were kind of seen as like these instigators who, after everything ended, some people would say they instigated this issue to somebody dying. I'm wondering if that's the angle Drake is taking, because that one, I don't think that would be a good angle, right? Because, I don't think the media instigated these two, honestly.
No, I don't think really it's much to do with that, but I think it does tie into the media's involvement. Sorry. And how the media could spin narratives and shit, right? I think that's what it's more about than like, I don't think it's literal in like this could lead to a death or that the media started it. But I do think the fans and the media have perpetuated parts of the Kendrick and Drake beef. Like, I don't know where the whole big three came from. And like, the media ran with that for years. Really, that's just between the media and the fans, I guess, right? But I think he's looking at it in a different, I think it means something along the lines of that. With the media can spin narratives, right? And he's talked about that.
And I agree. So I mean, I guess that's probably the most likely meaning of this whole thing, but that's always been the case, right? Like Meek Mill lost the battle through the media, and not only just print media or, whether it was radio, whatever, he lost it through social media. Like people were already saying this guy's the butt of the joke. By the time he drops War Pain, like we're laughing him out the building already. So, the idea is that media is always gonna take a part in like, these very divisive type of things, which are rap beefs. I'm wondering, like, and I guess he has to speak on it himself, but I'm wondering how he felt watching a lot of media switch up on him, right? There was a heavy consortium of media who were like, you know what? Maybe it's because you didn't give us an interview. Maybe it's because you didn't do our radio show. Maybe it's because you didn't do X, Y, and Z. They were like, fuck ya, we want to see you like die. We want to see you burn. And they pretty much laid their support like that, right?
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. I mean, you could trace back a lot of these relationships from prior, whether it be with Hot 97 or like, Hot 97 and not just Drake, but like Nicki and Wayne and Cash Money. Like there's a whole lot of things happen there too over the years, probably to make it get to the point it got to, right? But I feel like, with a lot of these people, there is some backstory for why they switched up or the reason for it, right? 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, the divisiveness of media definitely plays a part. I'm wondering what's his demeanor to this, because here's the thing. I think of any confrontation or any issue in rap history, I believe that it's been the silent hand controlling the media as opposed to the media controlling things, right?
Yeah.
Like we saw, at least in how I looked at it, this is why you see Daylight saying, oh, Dot has this guy and Drake has this guy. Because they're running like these interference campaigns, and it's almost like the conversation from bots almost turned into, okay, who could we get with the big enough voice to kind of push our narrative to make the other person look bad or to make us look good?
100%. That is what it is, man. And then I feel like when people feel like they're attached to that, they get invested in it, right? Like you heard, I think it was Ebro who said, Dot has done more for us than Drake or whatever. Like he kind of admitted to it, right? So
Yeah.
it is one of those things.
And you know what? Like, I would love to have this conversation. I do want to talk about Glasses Malone at some point today, chat, because I seen him went on a really impassionate speech about some shit, and I figured I'd give him a response.
Look, Glasses Malone is an ex-Cash Money dude who was trying for years and years and years to get his album out. Around the same time Drake came in, he was not like. I feel like Drake also represents a moment too, where there's a bit of a shift in what's going on, and like the stuff that Glasses was doing was definitely being phased out. So he's literally on record, bro, saying like, I'm trying to find a single, I'm trying to find a hit, and they told me they won't put my album out without the hit. And then you got Drake, same time, he's coming in, he's pumping out hits like crazy. You mean to tell me? And then he never gets to put his album out through Cash Money. So you mean to tell me they made this dude sit there for 3-4 years as a bitter hater ass rapper, and now and Drake is the golden boy, and now he's everywhere, and he's the dude to go to he's the features guy to everything guy, and he is the opposite of what Glasses is musically, and he's saying, how the fuck is this guy? How is this guy considered cool now? Like, well, what happened?
You know, like, the funny part.
You know what I mean?
I wish people like.
And so you can't look at what Glasses Malone. You can't look at his opinions of Drake without looking at the history of the fact that they were both signed under the same conglomerate, and that he's a failed rapper, and that Drake thrived the exact same time as his career tanked, and it didn't work out for him. West Coast, yeah, he's got at least one like really dope West Coast album. Like I'm not saying he's a good rapper actually, right? He's decent, but I think he looks at Drake with a level of animosity for a couple reasons. And you can't talk about his opinions about Drake without bringing that up. You just can't. You can't look past that.
So I'll sum up everything I think about him. I think he reminds me of Ebro. Like, I heard him go on this rant, and he was like, well, how could we let Drake do this? And Drake fans should stop. And I'm kind of listening to him, and I'm like, if whatever, like, soapbox you're trying to stand on, whatever moral code you're trying to stand on, or you're trying to do this hip-hop thing, is like, do you expect people to, like, completely just start riding for these type of things for you? It's like he thinks we're all a monolith. Right? Not realizing that there's a bunch of people that like Drake, just like he might dislike Drake, or he might feel other way about whatever. And that's the problem I do believe with
Listen, man, he's on his 492nd podcast about Drake. He's gave the same. You could play any one of Glasses Malone's podcast episodes about Drake. You just need to listen to one of them. You don't need to listen to all 400 of them because they're all the fucking same.
Well, here's the thing. And I do believe, and that's why I said I wish I could talk to, I wish he was in a space of not just complete biasness. And I think we're all biased to some extent. But, like, these guys won't trade ideas. Like, for example, I would love to have a debate with, like, like, say, TDE Punch, right? And the reason why is that it reminds me of the moment when I go to Kendrick's show, right? These are the guys who now complain that, why did all this go too far, right? I go to his show, they come over with like 45 goons to try to confront me, right? They think this is beef, right? But they're the ones who later say, how is this going too far, right? Well, you guys have made this like, obviously not East Coast, West Coast, but you've made it where if I'm a bigger fan of Drake, it was almost like I'm not welcome to watch Kendrick's performance, right? Well, yeah. So he pulls up, right? Well, not he, but Anthony Silla pulls up, and then we had what's the guy's name? Dave Free that pulls up, and it reminds me of TD Punch and like their entire demeanor, but even Glasses Malone. When Dave Free looks at me, and I could tell like he's kind of seething. I'm seeing a little snot. I'm seeing like I'm like his eyes are watery, but it's not necessarily like he's about to cry. It feels like he's really upset. He's passionate, and the number one thing. And this goes back into what Drake was saying is like, he couldn't understand. And I had the same issue with Meek. He couldn't understand that my views and opinions about Drake were not paid for. He literally said, how much are you getting paid? Like almost he was down to give me a counter offer. Like, hey, you want to join this team? We'll bump it up. And that's what I think the media aspect is. Where there is a bunch of paid people. Like, again, for better or for worse, if y'all want to say anything about me, I'd rather y'all just say, yo, ask the Drake stand, and we know how you're going to give it up. But you're not going to be able to say, yo, Ak is getting paid by Drake. Ak is like, like a bought, like, entity, and, he'll fucking just do the dance for the check. And I do kind of feel like that, especially when I'm hearing even some of this TDE stuff come out, is like, oh, okay. So the way you guys have always operated in media is that you get to buy your sides, right? Like, okay, this guy, he's on our side. We get to pay him off or incentivize him with some money or whatever, and he's going to be on our side. And I think that's what Drake was alluding to, where I think most of the people in media, they looked at it, they weren't on good terms with Drake anyway. Drake probably wasn't, quote, unquote, breaking bread, showing love, whatever these, kind of colloquial terms are. And they have made theirs saying that, yo, we're going to go to the other side. We're going to the other side. It's going to be more lucrative. Maybe Dave Free's going to cut us a check. The TDE, you know what I mean? Bot Farm might just give us something or bestowed upon us. And I look at that and I'm like, okay, yes, it's not Biggie and Tupac type of instigating, but it is probably concerning if we're now looking at media to say, well, you pay this guy that, you pay that guy this, and now you get a propaganda machine.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, bro. Well, I get it. Glasses Malone got a relationship with TDE. It's kind of like yourself with Drake or like Maul, for example.
Hold on.
Maul's not going to really,
But wait. And I got to cut you off and just, at the beginning of things, listen, I never spoke to Drake ever. Chat knows when the first time I spoke to Drake. Like, I always said, the first time I ever spoke to Drake, that's when I knew how powerful X's fan base was. Me and Drake had never spoke before. It was one day when X was going crazy and I posted it up, and Drake wanted to clarify that he wasn't getting at X, and he first reached out to me. It was because of XXXTentacion. So this is 2017 or post. I've been covering hip hop. I covered the whole Drake and Meek thing, and I never spoke to Drake. Okay, so this idea that I'm not giving opinions. My track record is there, from me supporting him, from Take Care. If you're reading this, is too late. Nothing was the same. What a Time to Be Alive. More Life. Views. All of these times before I've ever spoke to him, it wasn't like, oh, this is my homie. So now I do speak to him, but I don't want people to be like, oh, it's because Drake is speaking to him. Go look when I spoke to Meek Mill before I spoke to Drake. And I literally told Meek Mill and his team on the phone, Drake is my favorite artist. And if that's the biasness, it is what it is. But my preferred type of music, my preferred type of vibe is Drake. So, I just wanted to kind of like step on that point of, I'm not giving opinions because me and Drake cool. That's not it. You get what I'm saying? And
you're a fan first, right?
Yes. And by the way, here's the thing too. If any of these guys are fans of anybody, if they're like, yo, like, even though she doesn't really do opinions, like the Desk Alexis, by the way, I was so proud of her. She got an interview with Cole. Ever since I'd known her, she was a huge Cole fan. Now, obviously, she interviewed him early before and now, but there's certain people that just like certain things. So when people always accuse me of getting like, paid or whatever, I'm like, bro, have you not watched my history? I've literally said, It's very simple. My favorite artist of all time is Vybz Kartel. When I first moved over here, my first like rapper that I'm like, this is my favorite rapper was The Game. After like 2007, going to 2008, it was Drake. And it's been Drake since then. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my like personal preference. And it just is what it is. But I think in the outside media, and by the way, I always told people, my even own audience realize, I don't switch up my opinions on the guy because I don't get an interview. I've always said, like, I'm not the, hey, I will say things or be a mouthpiece, extra pause on that. I'll be some propagandist for you if I'm getting something out of it. And that's where I think where the media is kind of, like, I always believe that half of the media switched up on Drake because Drake stopped fucking with hip-hop media. Right?
Yeah.
When he was cool with the guys at Hot 97 and stuff like that, and they felt they could get him to do Summer Jam, they were very positive about him. Right?
But why would he go to Hot 97, right? When they play his records all day long, and then in between playing his records, they're shitting on him. I wouldn't go up there either.
And
they did that for years, bro. Years.
And here's the thing, however his relationships are with people, I've seen people look like, all right, I'll give you another example. Like Elliot Wilson, and I'm not trying to pick on my guy Elliot, but Elliot Wilson's opinion of Drake turned really sour when he felt that Drake wasn't doing an interview. Like, he had 3 interviews with Drake already.
He already got a couple. He got a bunch of interviews with him.
Yeah, Drake does, like, clearly, no one holds Kendrick to that standard or anyone else that's of that caliber saying you have to do these serious interviews. Drake does some, like, little flirty shit. He probably was trying to get some neck from that little Bobby Althoff chick. He's in bed with her or whatever. Yeah, granted, definitely a bullshit ass interview, but you saw, like,
just
Elliot,
a joke, bro.
Yeah, you saw Elliot Wilson's kind of like opinion about him. It was definitely predicated on what he could get, right? So it was like, hey, you're not doing an interview with me. Now I'm a little bit more critical. And, if you're in that, okay, what are you doing for me that I could be nice to you? I think that's tough. That's where the media comes in.
Bro, why do you think he did the Bobby interview? I feel like that was just like, he did that as a joke just to, like, get at him because he knows how bad they wanted that interview with him, right? And he does just this, like, nonsense interview with her, right? I feel like he did that for that reason.
Yeah, there's a conversation to be had about hip hop media, and I would love to be a part of it. The only thing that I offer myself up in these situations because at the end of the day, I've always said I'm one of the biggest benefactors. You are too of the battle, right? Where we got more attention. Like, we were one of the main media people that people look to for whatever breakdowns or whatever. And even then, I still acknowledge that we can't live in 2024. We have to move on. We have to somewhat heal. There's other facets of hip hop. When I say consistently, there's parts of this hip hop stuff that, these artists really feel like it sucked the life out of things. It got too woke. Fans are too divisive. It's turned into politics. Now it's all about all these things, and now it's kind of hurting the entire culture. Like, again, remember, I benefited during the battle. I could just say, hey, let's just keep talking about Kendrick and Drake forever. But I am I'm a student of the culture, and I'm a fan of everything that hip hop brings. So I need it to be a healthy game, right? Like, even if you're a LeBron fan, if you're gonna work as Stephen A. Smith, you're gonna have to realize at some point you need basketball and people liking, the sport of basketball to be healthy. So that's where I come in. These are the guys, and I'll be done. I have conversations with them. They're just not genuine. Like, they're literally just not genuine in being able to have a conversation about media. Okay, this is a conversation I want to have with all of them. Okay, what I would admit is that I think that there's been a divisive media look because of Kendrick and Drake, meaning that you could probably tell certain outlets and they're probably going to maybe not necessarily lie, but they're going to focus on the positives about Drake, or maybe they focus on the positives about Kendrick, and they'll ignore, it's one of those things. It's like Fox and CNN, right? Like, Fox is going to show you the beauty about the Republican Party, and you're going to have CNN who's going to show you the beauty about the Democrats. So, it's divisive. The reason why I wouldn't have these conversations with these guys is like, they're all like soapboxing, man. Like, they're all thinking that what they're doing is like right for the culture. You have these guys, they're grandstanding. You have a loser like Ebro. He's saying that, Drake is a cancer. Like, how do you even begin a conversation with somebody like that? Right?
How do you go back? How does he expect to go back from that, though? Why does he think he could just mention that and then he's puzzled as to how the Drake fans are going crazy on him? Like, you know what I mean? You fucking said this shit, bro.
Yeah.
You called him a cancer.
Yeah, I believe we need to have reform in hip hop media. And as I was talking, I forgot who I was talking to, and we were talking about why hip hop seems so stuck. A lot of it we had to blame on the rappers. We kind of also have to blame stuff on the labels because the labels these days don't want to spend anymore. But if we're in media, we have to be responsible, right? We are kind of the caretakers of this. That, if it feels stagnant, it's because we're also being stagnant, right? Like, everybody affects things. And these conversations should happen, but I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't feel like everybody cares to have these conversations. People just care about kicking in the back of the person they don't like. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
And also, right? Some of these guys are spineless, right? I went on this whole little rant recently. I said, you guys, when you guys now come back around and say, why are Drake fans so mad? It was a fucking rap battle. So what? He lost. That's what they like to say. Right?
Yeah, it's bigger than that, though. It's bigger than that.
Well, here's the thing. It's convenient to say that now, right? Now it's convenient to say that. 2 years ago, they were trying to tear people's lives apart. They were trying to put every allegation in the book, call for official federal authorities to investigate, calling for, hey, where are the victims? Sue these people. They were trying to galvanize people in a way where it was not just, oh, okay, this is a rap battle. This was like, how do we get you in jail, in lawsuits, losing a shit ton of money, or get you canceled? That's what it was, a blood sport. The idea that now 2 years has passed and all these guys are saying, nah, Drake fans, they're crazy. It was just a battle. No, it wasn't. These guys were saying, like, these guys they're looking up the dockets. This guy has a weird case. This guy, they were painting it as like, they took what could be seen as hyperbolic with Kendrick with the cover art. They were taking that and almost think it was a call to action to try to get people locked up. So now, none of it worked. They realized everything was a lie. And you know what they're saying? It was just a rap battle. Let's move on.
Just rap battle. Yeah. No, it's funny how that works. But it was both. Like, if we're being fair, it was both sides of it.
Oh, no, of course. Of course.
Right? You know what I mean?
Of course.
But it got ugly, man.
But that's really why I said we all have to talk about it, right? So when Drake actually puts that up, I think, I don't know what his intention is, but I could say that's a conversation that needed to be had. I think Kendrick should join Drake at some point with having that conversation because Kendrick is also the person that radicalized people on this woke ideology. Hey, these people are pedophile, rapists, and creeps. They have weird cases. You need to treat them accordingly. Kendrick basically did a dog whistle for people to have those demeanor. And again,
100%.
when you try to create with the rap battle because you were trying to win it, you try to create this this new Me Too type of thing. You got to take accountability for what the fallout is now. It's super divisive. Hip hop has gotten so woke. Everybody is judging every little thing that, usually under the veil of hip hop is like, oh, we get it. Like, hip hop kind of has, it's not square corners, it's like rounded corners. You kind of get it. Hip hop is the place where, if somebody says, yo, man, yeah, I fuck my bitch, like you understand that, oh no, that's actually a term of endearment. When you say you fuck your bitch, that's your bitch is a term of endearment versus saying this is a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Like it's hip hop. Like hip hop is like this giant robe. It's this cloak that once you're a part of it, you get to understand. Like, hey, we're not saying everything is perfect, but we know, okay, these are video vixens. This is kind of how the culture is. They get down there. This is how this is. These are the gangsters. This is how they get down there. Even if you're a civilian, you kind of know, like, hey, we know that, we're not supporting these guys killing people or robbing people, but we kind of know telling isn't cool. Like, these are all shared things because of hip hop. And then you get these woke motherfuckers who come in and basically just ripped everything up. They're like now create new rules, trying to judge everybody, takes the fun out of it. And I do believe, again, both of them have to be accountable a little bit for that. But especially Kendrick. You know what I mean? Kendrick made this shit woke.
Yeah. It was like the way he positioned things, right? It was smart what he did, because he galvanized like a lot of people to get behind those things you're talking about, right? But the aftermath of it, was it worth it? I don't think so, bro. Because it's been ugly, and it hasn't. I don't feel like hip hop has really moved on from it. Like we've been in this for over 2 years, and it still dominates the news cycle, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing too. I've been having this conversation. It's like, what I think this Iceman album is going to be a great reflection on where the game is right now. You see, that's why I told people, I said, Drake is going to give a good cultural reset. He's going to have to sit back and he's going to have to break the game down and kind of really put it in a way where everybody who's lacking leadership and lacking like whatever the blueprint is, they can understand. The entire game is fucked up, right? New artists don't necessarily have a way to kind of keep elevating. We're not seeing people doing features. People aren't like this well-oiled machine is just not working, right? It's not working in many sense. The media these days, it's super divisive, right? You have artists who don't want to collaborate because of X, Y, and Z. You have certain type of music that is kind of like almost getting eliminated. Not saying everything is because of the battle, but like, let's think about street music. Drake, I think he is tasked with trying to establish a little bit of the normal that we thought it was. Like, I hate to say this, and I know when I use my political takes, people obviously don't want me to compare like Drake or something like to Trump, which obviously that's not a real comparison. But it's like I'm thinking about ideology. Like it's like make hip hop great again, in a sense, because what we're looking for on this album is, could Drake make us feel like how we felt before all this bullshit happened? Right? There's nobody like this idea. And one of the things I don't like that people haven't acknowledged, after Kendrick came out, did his thing in the battle, drops GNX, he basically says, watch the party die. And nobody acknowledged that was probably the worst ideology to exist. Watch the party die was actually watching the culture of hip hop die. Watching music that existed in all facets and form die. He didn't listen, it's like you can't kill something without giving it an alternative. And all he wanted to do was kill it. Right? I get it. Like, there's a lot of people say, you know what? We rock with people like Kendrick. We rock with some of the woke stuff. We rock with the he's super cultural thing, whatever you want to say that's defined as. But if you walk into somewhere, right? It's like you get elected. I know you're from Canada, but imagine you get elected to be the president of the United States and you walk in and you say, fuck the Constitution. You rip it up. And people are like, all right now, so it's ripped up. What do we do now? And you're like, I didn't think that far. That's the problem. So it's like, I thought this whole Kendrick, like, supposed era, they kept dick riding, dot era.
There's no dot era, bro. There's no dot era.
He's like Colin Kaepernick.
No,
he tells you to kneel. You've been kneeling for like the last 30 games. And now you're like, nigga, I'm about to catch arthritis. What's the next step? This motherfucker is doing burpees in a fucking park in Compton. He don't give a goddamn fuck. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. No, he's left the people in shambles. Okay? He's left the people in shambles. And that's my thing. So now we're all at a place where even though hip hop wasn't in its perfect form, we're left to say, damn, remember when hip hop was nice? Remember when the big artists used to like jump on random songs? Remember when this was going on? Essentially, we're looking for Drake to give us a bridge to a fucking time machine to literally 3 to 4 years ago that we felt it was a little more nicer. You know why? Because the fucking Grinch came through, destroyed Christmas, told us we're watching a party die. With the party done dead, party done. We're saying, where is the next iteration of this? And he says, let me do my 1,000,000th burpee and I'll holla at you maybe sometime. Huh?
Bro, remember they called Drake had the line like, what was it on Give Me a Hug, where he's like, what are they gonna do with it? Have the girls twerking with a dictionary or whatever, right? And then DJ Head called that line, what do you call it? Insatiably inflammatory.
Yeah.
He said the line was disrespectful to women.
Yo, and those guys,
what are we doing?
And those guys stand no accountability because, you know, I understand there's different, perspectives on hip hop. My perspective, there's always going to be a counter too. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah.
My thing is that they have pretty much utilized. There's no like instructions coming. There's nothing left. So it's not, if we're waiting on Kendrick, it's not going to happen. So the entire music form is waiting on see if Drake could kind of restore the feeling. That's what it is. Could Drake restore the feeling? And that's why I think it's so important. That's why I told Drake, and I even said public, I said, you could push the album back to whenever. If you want to drop 2027, you can. You know why? Because there isn't any urgency and we're not seeing nothing new. Right?
No.
What was it going to be? Baby Keem's Casino? That was going to be the thing? Like, oh, okay, this is what, no. Right? With all due respect
came
to
and
him.
went. Good. I liked the album too, but it came and went pretty quick.
Yeah,
I didn't mind Baby Keem's album.
With all due respect, it's, and I hate to bring politics, but you got to think about it. It's like Trump killing the leader of Iran. If you don't got a whole new regime to install that's going to be moving different, all you just did is slow shit up. So now,
And do nothing.
We're waiting for Drake to bring back the feeling. Actually, I want him to bring back some 2018 type shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because he had songs just running shit all over the place, especially from Scorpion. But yeah, I'm looking at this. I think Drake has probably been a little bit perturbed. Well, not even think. Definitely. He's had his gripes. Elliot Wilson, Joe Budden. We saw that long ass thing he wrote out about Joe.
Yeah.
And my thing is that I think we should have these conversations about these things, but I don't know if these guys are honest enough. Other things you saw in this booklet, because this booklet is 69 pages. Should we take anything from that, you think?
Well, I realized they didn't put the front page for whatever reason. So really it should be
70
page. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't include the front page, but I don't think that number is really just coincidence, right? But yeah, it's interesting that it's coming out, and it I've been looking through it. I haven't even gotten a chance because it's only been out for a couple hours, right?
Well,
and it looks like that streamer, he only showed like 20% of it on stream.
Look like 10% if you ask me.
Yeah, like he only showed the first 20 pages or something. There's a lot in here. And like, I'm looking at it. Some of it is filler too, right? But I found the Lucian one really probably the most interesting thing in there.
It's very interesting. The Lucian thing, I can't understand. Obviously, Lucian is the CEO of UMG. But this feels a little bit personal, right?
Well, yeah.
He literally puts Lucian high-fiving Dr. Dre, and he says, remember, you are dust. Keep in mind, if we go back to the history of Drake and Lucian, Drake had the infamous flex where he's like, yo, tell Lucian I'm tearing holes up in my budget or whatever. You know what I mean? Lucian spoke about that.
Lucian, I said, fuck it, I'm tearing holes in my budget.
Right? Lucian spoke about that and said, yo, Drake gets whatever he wants. He backs him up on that. They look like they have a pretty good relationship. Drake is one of the major workhorses for UMG, drops more than everyone else in comparison to the top 5 rappers. He helps streaming to be established, even though maybe Lucian would have wished he didn't do the exclusives, but he's one of the guys who kind of kicks off that, which basically streaming does save or create this huge potential revenue for the labels. I'm wondering how this could be personal. Like, it feels like something we don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
probably. But I mean, even if you look at the lawsuit, bro, just if that's really what they did, bro, that is fucking personal, right?
Yeah, but how much
If
is
that's
Lucian
actually
doing
what
that?
happened.
But how much is that Lucian?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because it could be on the Interscope. I always looked at it like it's more on the Interscope side of it than anything, right? But yeah, that's a good question, man. It's a good question.
Yeah, so
I'm looking at it right now. And I got to try and do a video on this too, right?
He says, remember your dust. Now, to me,
I think here's what I think. I think Drake is pulling a crazy rabbit out of the hat, or some crazy move he's gonna do after Iceman's out, or like, because what is he doing after Iceman? Like, to our knowledge, that fulfills his contract. We don't know. I don't know if anyone really knows that for sure, but I think that's the understanding, right? That this is the last
that was
album.
also that was said for the longest period of time. But look at this though.
Yeah.
So infamously, 50 Cent, who first 2 solo studio LPs goes diamond, he gets into a beef with Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine was the CEO and founder of Interscope Records, and essentially Jimmy Iovine took it personal. 50 would diss Jimmy Iovine on records, call him out his name, and even though he was making money off 50 Cent, he basically hit the stop button, and he was basically, in the position to say, hey, you know what? Even though you make me money, I'm not gonna tolerate this disrespect. And a lot of people, when you think about the career of 50 Cent, they actually believe that beefing with Jimmy Iovine is what stopped 50 Cent's wave. Okay? Not the Kanye thing, not he can't make a song. You were beefing with your boss. Now, let me put this in perspective. Jimmy Iovine was the founder and CEO of Interscope. Interscope is underneath Universal. Essentially, Jimmy Iovine is not even close to the power that Lucian Grange has. So if Lucian has problems with Drake, because Drake is clearly calling him out at this point, does Lucian make the move to say, yo, Drake, you're done? And how does that look like?
Bro, you're right, though, because it's pretty bold. Like, when it comes to that Dre and Lucian thing, there's no real trying to figure out what that means. It's right in front of you, right? Remember, you are dust. Yeah, and it's crazy. An interesting thing, because if this is his last album, but he's leaving and he's suing, like, what would incentivize them, other than the fact that obviously they make a lot of money if they promote Drake, and that they'll make more money off him the better he does. But at the same time, there's all these other things, right? So what do you think about that?
So here's the thing, right? Let's say Drake gets to fulfill his album requirements with Iceman. The way how these contracts are usually worked, there's a lockout period where Drake can't drop any other music. Okay? I'm trying to think what leverage they have if they want to do something to Drake. Obviously, they're going to go through whatever lawsuit thing. But they can. Any label never supports your last album when they know you're leaving. So when they know you're leaving, they're not going to support it, right? So they're not going to really support Iceman. Also, there is usually a period where he can't release, even if he's out the contract, he still can't drop new music. That would be the moment or that type of grace period that they would try to make it look like Drake career is over. He's unsuccessful. He is falling off. And whether he goes independent fully or he tries to go to another label, he, that propaganda might affect him. And now people think that Drake is washed. Now, granted, we know it's Drake. It's a 101. Nobody's ever done that before. But these labels, nobody's ever really gone at Lucian Grange like this before either.
Never. Nowhere close, bro. I feel like he's gonna pull. I don't know if he's gonna drop something right after or like I feel like he's pulling something, bro. I think he might have found some loophole or something. I don't know. I'm expecting something big from Drake. I don't really know what it is, but for him to be talking this way, bro, and like there's got to be something, man. Like if you look at the plot twist, he planned that 2 years ago. He was posting all this cryptic shit then. It's been, the Iceman streams, cryptic, this new booklet, cryptic, and we're left to try and kind of put the pieces together. But even in episode 3, bro, I kind of feel like even the breakdown I did and some other people, you could kind of read between the lines. And like you talked about, it's him versus them. But I'm wondering how much further it's going to go. Is there a grand reveal? Is there this red button? Or is he just going to drop music? Because at this point, just dropping music seems kind of anticlimactic. I mean, I just want good music. But
Hey, by the way,
the
chat,
fans are kind of going, the fans are going kind of crazy right now, right?
yeah, chat. This is a girl that Drake has on that page. Let me see if I can find that page again. Her name is Vivi
Chroma?
Santizo. No, it's not Chroma. It's let me find her.
Is that the one that he's with in the picture?
No. She just has like this look on her face. She's making. I'll tell you what page it is in a second.
The blonde chick?
She's on page 58. They're saying this is
Page
her.
58. Let me see. Page
Yeah, it looks like her.
58.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll way through. What did you say her name was?
Vivi.
Oh, this chick.
Yeah, she's a model. She's from Toronto.
Yeah, and I noticed the thing with Tony Soprano too that he had up there with Carmela and Tony Soprano. That was like the point in the show where he gives her like this mad expensive ring, and like I think she's not really happy with him or whatever, but she looks at the ring and she's happy with like the lifestyle she got, right?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why he would have that, and then he's got, I think it's Chromaz in the bottom right corner. It looked like her, right?
What page is that?
Let me look here. It is. Fuck, where'd that go?
Oh no, I see it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
53.
Yeah. I can't like I'm a big Sopranos guy, but I can't remember. It's been a while, But I think, yeah, she's looking at the ring, but at the same time, I don't think she's told. I don't know if he was cheating on her at the time, but there's some context behind that scene, right? And I find it weird how you got this chick in the bottom right. I don't know who it is though. Is that Chromaz?
I mean, them titties are big as fuck. It probably is Chromos.
Massive.
Yeah. I do think that he's dropping little hints at the album. I think Loe Shimmy's featured. Or he's
that's
sampled.
what I mean. Do you think Sexy Red is on it? Because like I was looking at that too.
Yeah.
He's got that thing of her. And that photo in particular is the mixtape where she just signed to Gamma.
I think,
and there's some rumors around and Drake, but I've never been. You probably heard them too, right?
Yeah, that Drake kind of owns a part of it or something, right?
Yeah, I think it was Joe that might have kicked that off. I found that interesting though because that was her first. That's the cover of that mixtape, right? And that was when she first signed with Gamma.
I believe
You
Sexy Red
also
is
got
on it, but like kind of more on an interpolation type of, you know,
like an interlude,
um,
like maybe
maybe
her
interlude, but
talking
like
or something.
interpolated. What I'm saying is it's not gonna be like a traditional Drake and Sexy Red song. I think whatever
Yeah.
he's doing, it's kind of like how he kind of uses City Girls on
Mm,
was it is it In Your
yeah.
Feelings or Nice for What? One of them songs.
Nice for what? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
like
So it's like
that.
an interpolation.
Yeah, which I think
What
is
do you think of
dope.
him with the night? What do you think of him with the nitrous though? Because like Ye is the guy with the nitrous, and I'm trying to think, is he trolling Ye? Because
Nah,
apparently Ye was addicted to nitrous, right? But or is Ye on it? Ye's another goddess with gamma.
yeah, nah. Oh yeah, that is very interesting. True. No, I literally don't think. I think this was definitely just a dentist appointment. But I do think he put it there for a reason. No,
Nothing
I'm
deeper
serious.
than that, eh?
No. No. It's deeper than that. As in, he's probably he wants to troll with the imagery, but I don't think that
Yeah.
he's hitting the nitrous consistently. Like,
Oh no. Drake is not on the nitrous, bro. Like that's definitely a dentist appointment. But for him to
yeah,
post
no.
that of all things,
Everything means something.
like I think, yeah, I don't think Drake is like off the nitrous every night or anything. Probably not. What else we got here, man? I don't know. Like some of these things I haven't figured out yet. There's a lot of footage there of him from What Did I Miss? Like quite a few shots of that
True. We got
from
it
that video, right?
recorded in Area 29. I would love to, I would love to know, we've seen him supposedly record in some interesting places. Apparently, when he went to Bahamas, he had like his music crew being able to set up like at the
On
club.
the beach or whatever.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
we're
the
on the
cloud, yeah.
beach and we see this at Area 29, and we've seen that supposedly he was recording at the Toronto Music Hall, or was it the City Center, whatever it was. And I would love to see, like, is this actually a thing
Well,
where if you make a song in Area 29, if you don't know what Area 29 is, people, it's a like this infamous club. It's like this strip club pretty much in Houston. Is he making like, is the
if,
pheromones that's probably still floating in the air, the smell of money and Don Julio, is that giving him an inspiration to make a fucking club banger? Or I don't know,
exactly, bro.
maybe a
That's what
song
it is.
like
That's what it has to be. Some inspiration, right? But there's actually a clip of him with Noel. I don't think Drake is in it, but if you go on YouTube and type in Drake recording at Area 29,
really.
that's from that exact session. It's showing, I think it's Noel who's recording it, but he's showing that Drake is recording there. And I think that's the picture from that night. If you type it
Mm.
in, Drake recording at Area 29.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we're recording an album in the club. 1,000%. You see the setup. Octavian. Octo. Yeah. What are we doing? Are we recording in the club?
Wait, look where we are. Yeah.
Man, diamonds are smiling. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Yeah. This is insane. Oh, we're recording it.
So, yeah, I mean,
Mm.
why not get a bit of inspiration, right? If you're trying to make a club banger or something for something for that environment, right? Well, why not?
Shit, or it could be one of those where it's like like what's the name of that song? Just hold on, we're going home.
Yeah. Or it could be something like that because that's a classic stripper record, bro.
Yeah,
That's like, you know what I mean? That works great for the
interesting.
dancers. Even a track like that. It's get mad slow, you know what I mean?
Look on page 24. He keeps using this imagery with like a guy with his mouth open, pause, and like ice coming out. And I think it kind of tags
Yeah, I
along
don't
with
know what
this.
that is. I don't know what that thing is, bro, it looks familiar, but I don't know
I think that
what.
connects to this theme of freeze the world. Whoever that guy is in the comics or whatever, I'm guaranteed that guy is someone who, would probably he's someone who would like freeze the environment or whatever, or probably stop
Yeah, I
time.
mean, yeah, there's a couple in here like that, and yeah, even on page 20, there's another one.
Yeah.
If you look on page
Mm-hmm.
20, same thing. These are all things I gotta like try to find out what they are. And yo, anyone who's on the stream too, if like, I
How
feel
much you think
like,
this is Drake though, or like maybe someone who
well,
is around him creatively?
the people behind it, right, is Ben Dorado. He was involved. Obviously, Drake got a lot of input too, but I believe Ben is the one who was behind the Iceman streams. He's got a company called Red Lebanese. If you look him up on IG, you'll see that they posted some clips of this. I'm pretty sure they might have had a hand in putting this booklet together. But even on page 6, if you look at page 6 with that reporter was, if you go to Drake's IG, he was like faintly in the background of another promo from like 2 months ago or about a month ago.
Who is
So
he?
they've had these things for a while. Even I believe the Tony Soprano one was even on Plot Twist. That IG account he had, I'm pretty sure it was. Now that I think of it. So like, if you look at Plot Twist, it looks like a bunch of random shit. But some of these things are proven to have meaning 2 years later. Like, Drake posted that thing of the ice sculpture thing, right? Like the ice being made by this artist. That was 2 years ago. He posted that on Plot Twist. So I think he had plans to make that sculpture for a while.
Really?
He's planned that for a while. Yeah, even before the battle happened, Drake, you can go back on his page. I think it was just after Kendrick dropped Like That. Drake is wearing Iceman pants even back then, before the battle even kicked off. So he's had Iceman planned at least up to that point, but I think this has been a concept that he's had for some years.
Wow. Okay.
At least, like,
what is
if
very
you
apparent to me is that there's a lot of thought behind this, and I
a lot,
don't remember
a lot.
Drake ever really putting this much thought in a concerted effort to kind of like, show people in depth where his creativity could go.
Well, I thought the ice sculpture was really dope, really dope. And it went crazy in Toronto. Like, there's no, now you're looking at the impact of that structure where all these companies are jumping on board and using it for marketing. You're seeing big brands use that sculpture concept, right? So, I mean, it's reached a long way, bro. And I know I heard you claim you thought views have more anticipation. I don't know at this point, bro. I don't know. I think Iceman coming off the battle, the way things are, like the hype behind this is like, I think this is something different. I think this is more hype than anything Drake has ever had. I know Views was huge, but Iceman's different, man.
Views did 1 million in a week.
I know it did. Yeah, that's true too.
It's fucking hard.
I mean,
to beat that.
It's hard to beat. No, that is in this.
The reason why I said that is like, put like this: the anticipation of this is, how does Drake deal with this moment? Everything's so divisive. He just came off one of the biggest battles ever the biggest battle ever in history. But the reason why I said that Views was more anticipated, not only did he drop singles before it, and those singles were going fucking bananas, right?
Yeah.
Like, I believe One Dance is off of it, which is his biggest song, I believe.
True.
When you go back and look at it, after he drops Take Care in 2011, and Views doesn't come out until 2016, the guy goes on the most incredible feature run ever Versace,
Insane.
Birth the Migos, what's the name of that song? Tony Montana, Future gets
Crazy
birth,
Ron.
right? You get what's the song with Waka Flocka? Like, he goes on this fucking insane run where this is where we identified that's the true stimulus package. Everything he touched turned to gold. And when he dropped in 2013, so he drops
Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing Was the Same, but then 2014, 2015, he comes out with If You're Reading This Is Too Late. It was peak excitement because we felt like we were watching. It was clear he was Jordan, right? He was
the guy, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the payoff. Like, the payoff was always the album to follow, one of the best albums he ever did, which was Take Care, but then he followed up even with a better album, according to critics and even me and him. With Nothing Was the Same, but people, they yearned for that Take Care sound. Why? The Weeknd was birth. There was so many, like, that sound was prolific. People wanted him to go back and do that. So I'm gonna be honest, just by pure him being on a hit streak, it's like, I don't know if you remember the time when, what's my guy who chat we're going to talk about soon too, Lil Wayne. By the time we get to Lil Wayne Carter 3 and Its Anticipation, is like he gave us like 400 songs and mixtapes that were just so fire that you're like, whatever his album is going to be, we just need it. Because we were at that point, we were eating off like unofficial releases. So that's why I'm saying it's more anticipated. This is anticipated a lot, but it's because we're wondering what is he gonna do in comparison to the moments he just went through, and him falling out with all these people and him going through some turbulence. But just off of excitement from a guy that couldn't miss, that was on a unstoppable run, that would have to be Views to me.
Yeah. I mean, you just made a pretty good case. I'm not gonna lie. When you factor in all of that, Views was huge. You're right. Like, and I feel like he was talking about Views a lot. Like, you'd hear him like include a bar about Views here and there. Like, he was talking about it. Like, it had a lot of anticipation. It was very anticipated. But I think with this one, bro, it's like a lot of people are wanting Drake to come in and like literally fix hip hop. Like, he's got a lot of pressure on him right now. He's got probably more pressure than he's ever had in his whole career.
Yes, this album probably is the most pressure-filled album. 100%. 100%.
Because like you talked about, particular people just want it to not do well so that they can feed that narrative. And the other thing too is, bro, like you talked about, the watch the party die narrative was like, this fun party type music is done. Like, no one wants to hear that anymore. And I feel like if that don't hit, then that kind of makes those people, like, it validates that narrative, right?
Yeah.
It kind of validates it a little bit,
No,
so I look at it that way too.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting album. I think he's going to deliver, but I do believe that.
No, he is, bro. He won't miss.
What I would caution all reviewers, if you really are going to be neutral to this album coming out, give it 2 to 3 weeks before saying anything. Not a week. I'm going to tell you why. We're going to see all of the people that have said, oh, no, yeah, even though I've hated for 2 years, like, I could be impartial. They're waiting to just kick the back and like, yo, we thought he was going to do this, but look, he didn't do this, he did that. They're going to be so critical that I think the only way to judge this album is not off of what's your favorite podcaster or streamer or internet personality or reviewer says. You have to watch to see if this album starts to connect with the people. And it's not going to take a couple of days. It's not going to take a week. It's going to take a couple of weeks, because I'm telling you, all them guys who's doing apologies now and saying it wasn't that serious, they're just launching and gearing up to go shit on the album back again. Trust. They're going to be like, yeah, you know, if Drake had followed my advice, this, that, and third, but clearly he's da-da-da-da. He's obsessed with Kendrick, or damn, he's too scared to respond to Kendrick. See, you can't win.
Yeah, no, he can't. He's not in a position where he can win, bro. I won't hold you much longer, bro. Yeah, keep in touch, and we're gonna. Well, Iceman's here, man. We got 20 days left. It's 20 days right now till
We got a
Iceman.
countdown going.
So I'm expecting a lot more shit to happen between now and then as well. Like, you know, I think the rollout has just begun, so we can expect a lot more. A lot more.
Yeah. 19 days and 33 minutes. We will see.
Oh shit. All right.
Thank you, my guy.
All right, bro. All right. Respect, bro.
Appreciate you. Wow. Okay. What's this?
Iceman, May 15th. Iceman, May 15th.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, chat.